Y'all funny as hell.
I was trying to figure out why I was lacking.
Hey, yeah. Welcome to the Huddle. I'm your host, Mr. Tucker.
I'm Mike, everybody.
Joey.
JB in the building.
And our special guests, Lewis and Lauren. Let's give them a round of applause. So first of all, thank you for coming on the show,
Yeah,
brother.
thanks for having us, man.
Having us here.
So how we normally do it, we're gonna get into some quick highlights, then we're gonna dive into what y'all got going on, alright?
Cool.
So Mike,
Yes, sir.
any updates you got for football? Who won the Heisman?
Baker Mayfield, despite them trying to, kill his character for some young person mishaps that he had this year and last year too, he still won. He prevailed easily. So that was a good look because he should have won it.
I disagree.
Oh.
Because if it was my color, your color, we've been there.
Hey, man, look, Cam had to go through the same thing. So even though he didn't do anything per se, it was his dad. He still had, his character challenged the whole year. And he still
So you said basically should be on the field, not your character outside of the football field.
That's what they basing it on the numbers, right?
Okay. Just throw it out there.
Until they change it, yeah.
Okay, so cool. Before we get too far down that path. So Lewis and Lauren, first of all, tell us what you guys do, what your business is about, and how you got started.
So the name of the company is Real Couples Workout, and the basis behind Real Couples Workout is to build stronger relationships through health and wellness. So in addition to doing like really dope couple style workouts, we host workshops that focus on issues that millennial couples deal with: finances, communication, sex life, blended families, all that jazz. Yeah.
So how y'all got started?
Do you want to tell the story or?
I don't know. It was. I don't know.
So I met her on the internet, right? Met her on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
So
now we get
In
into
the
it.
deal.
He jumped in.
no, it was professional at first. It was professional. So I host health and wellness events, and next year will be the 3rd annual DC Takeover Health and Wellness Symposium. So at this event, I'm looking for trainers and people. We're visual, like sex sells. We like looking at good-looking people working out who got nice bodies. So I'm like, those are the type of people I need. So I'm looking for female and male trainers online. And I see her. I'm like, damn, she bad. Like, she had on the tights. I was like, let me see if she want. This is something she want to do. So hit her up. She said, yeah. Took some finessing back and forth to get her to link up with me. But we end up linking up in the city for some event, and I was like an hour late getting there. And the whole time I'm calling, I'm like, I'm 20 minutes away, but I'm really like an hour away. I have too much stuff I had to do. So when I see her, my man Jay and Sonny in the city with PGC, they was out there doing an event, and it's crazy. You know how on television, like people say they have like tunnel vision when they see things. So look, get out the car, I see her, and I had tunnel vision. Like all I could see was like her ass, and that's what I remember from. And that's what I remember. That's what I remember from Instagram. I'm like, yeah, that's her. That's her right there.
You got a truth teller.
So when we saw each other, I was like, oh, she really cute in person. I'ma still keep it professional. But then she knew, like, you looked at me, you was like, I was cute, right?
Yeah, you was alright. You was late. You was late.
Yeah, she was mad.
That's why I ain't stayed for as long as she did. So I had the day before the event, I did a trainers meet and greet to meet all the trainers and just to form some type of camaraderie moving into the event the next day. She late.
Yeah.
11:30.
She petty.
Redstone down the harbor. So I said, you know what? Forget her, Joe. I'm about to roll out. Let me call her and tell her I'm gone. So by the time I call her and about to tell her I'm gone, my phone go dead. And she tell me she parking in the parking lot. So I'm like, I can't just carry her, leave her hanging. 15 minutes go by, I don't see her. I'm like, I'm going to go in this jump one more time. If she ain't in here, I'm out. Go in that jump. Tunnel vision hit again. She had on all white heels. And at the time, she was completely bald. She ain't had no hair.
I wasn't bald like no hair, just a really short buzz cut.
You had... Bruh. That was like boom. Clip number 1 all the way through.
Number 1.
So we started talking. 3 hours went by and that was it.
Right. It was more than just a physical appearance.
Yeah, like I got to know who she was. So the next day I did the training. Even it was over. I hit her up. I said, look, I think I'm an extremely forward person. I think you're attractive. Boom. 2 weeks went by. No answer. We finally went on a date. Fell crazy in love with each other, and 12 weeks later we were married.
So hold on, brother. Hold on. What type of workout are you doing? 12 weeks later.
12 weeks later.
It was the all white. She was looking godly.
Nah, and it wasn't a thing. And it wasn't a thing like, you know, people like it was so magical. Like I knew I was going to marry her probably after our first date.
You make it
I respect it because that's the reason I've been quiet so much because your story is so real.
I knew, and I was like, I didn't want to waste any time because you know people get engaged and they engaged for a year, 2 years. Right. I knew what I wanted. I was like, coming from the life that I ain't gonna say I was like a ladies' man or nothing like that, but I was a single bachelor. I had great attributes, all that stuff. So I had my pick of the litter. But when I met her, it was just something different. I'm like, there's no freaking way I'm gonna be able to not.
Shout out to Instagram.
Yeah, shout out to the DMs.
Yeah, to the DMs.
Yeah, so let me ask you this. Can working out together save a relationship?
I think so. I think that because one of the major issues in relationships is communication. And then also trust may become a factor down the line. But when you work out with someone, you have to actually like pay attention to certain things that you're maybe an issue in your relationship, like the communication, like the trust and stuff like that. So things that you may not talk about that when you're at home, but when you're working out, you may actually have that opportunity to speak because you're doing something healthy, but also you're spending quality time with that person. So. I don't know. I think it does.
I think many other factors play into saving a relationship, like working out.
But
can working out really save a relationship?
It can play a part.
It can play a part. Yeah. I agree.
You think so?
It can contribute,
I think
but it can't ultimately like save a relationship. At the end of the day, the two parties have to be willing to work on whatever issue that you have to be able to save the relationship.
So if someone's married and their wife is actually picking up weight, how would you address that?
Let's go work out.
Yeah, but see, because this is one of the things that you have in relationships, and it happens a lot, especially amongst the black community. You have one individual in a relationship who just gets on this, like, I'm about to change my lifestyle type of deal, and they really start to do it. They start to eat differently, they working out more. Next thing you know, she done dropped 20 pounds, she looking better, she feeling good about herself. Then the issues of insecurity start to pop in with the other partner. So the husband is like, damn, she looking good. I know it's men probably out here talking to her. So working together, it could literally alleviate some of those issues. Because if it's both of y'all doing it at the same time, and it's not unevenly, I don't want to say unevenly yoked, but you both are doing the same thing and have the same common interest and goal, and you working at it together, that's a different story.
How would you address your partner if somebody is not exercising?
Oh, so to get them, listen, man, like both of us, we got some horrible habits. Like, I'm not about to point out everything that you do, and I hope you're not about to point out everything that I do.
No,
I'm just
a couple.
No, I'm saying this is the conversation I'm having with my spouse who's overweight, who I want to, you know what I'm saying, get her to start working out. We both got issues. I think we need to start taking things a little bit more seriously. Like, how would you think about, you know what I'm saying, not necessarily working out every day, but let's try meal planning out. Like, because that's one of the issues that we have. Like, when we really had time to cook, let's try to get our meals prep in a healthy way, and maybe that'll work on some things.
Yeah, because diet is 80%. So I think from a woman's perspective, it might be a little harsh if you were to come off and tell your husband or your boyfriend that he's getting overweight. But if you cook, then maybe if you start to change the way that you prepare the meals at home, then that would maybe give little hints, but also you're just providing that healthy atmosphere.
Yeah. You want to know
kale again?
It's a little different this time.
Respect. So let's get more into the business. So what So besides the workout piece, you said you also, you know, have classes, or give me a little insight. If we wanted to come and be a part of what you got going on, how does that work?
So the workshops, we usually get the word out via, you know, social media and, you know, word of mouth from the people who follow us. So with our workshops, we'll bring in an expert in whatever field, right? So when we're having a workshop on relationships, we've got a lot of like great mentors of people we can plug into who've been married for quite some time. So we'll bring in the veteran couple who's been married for 30 years. We'll bring in that couple halfway, they've been married 12, 11 years, and then we're the newlyweds. So you're getting 3 different perspectives as it relates to, you know, all the issues you may be having in your relationship. And it's good for single people because, you know, you never know who's co-mingling in these types of environments. Yeah.
So is it like an open forum? Me and my wife come, some friends come, and we just, who has a topic, or do you have kind of like
yeah, so we typically have an outline, but then we'll have a bowl where we'll like pass questions around.
Or question answer section sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, and how long you been doing it?
So,
just as long as we've been together. So
right.
we
3 months?
No, actually we just celebrate our anniversary on Wednesday. So
Yeah.
it's been almost
Look at that black love.
yeah.
So we started the company November 5th of 2016. So it's
That
been
was actually the day that he engaged.
I proposed. Yeah, because my mother blew it, man. My mother told her when she wasn't supposed to tell her. Like, just went from mom. Man, I was so pissed off, and I knew something was up because my mom called me like somebody just died, and was like, "Lois, please, please." I'm like, "Mom, what did you do?" She's like, "Please don't get mad, don't get mad." I'm like, "Yo, what did you do?" And Lauren just pulled up, and she had this like giddy look on her face, like, "I know, but your mom said not to say nothing." So I'm like, man, I had to figure out another day. So I did it. I got so gung-ho. So when we started talking about launching the company, I'm like, this is the perfect opportunity. I can get everybody together. So we did a huge launch party, and I proposed, and we were married like, what was that, a couple days later?
No, December.
We were married like 30 days later. Yeah.
So if you said no, what you did?
Oh, that wasn't happening.
The whole company
God ain't give me one of them type of confirmations. I got a sealed deal. Like, here's your paperwork. There you go.
Say no more. Cool. So overall, how does somebody get interested and come out? So your social media tags, if we wanted to.
I have a tendency to talk a lot. You want to tell them how to get in contact?
Yeah, we're at Real Couples Workout on Instagram. On Facebook, we are at Real Couples Workout.
Gmail, realcouplesworkout@gmail. Any questions?
Yeah, because we're actually going to have an event coming up soon. So we would like for people to stay tuned for that. Our website will be back up, and it will be www.realcouplesworkout.com. Yeah,
pretty much
that's pretty much all of our tags.
So if someone want to get started, what would the first thing you tell them? You need to start eating right. You need to do what?
If they want to start what?
Getting their body back in shape.
Oh, well, yeah. I personally think that it's a lot about the eating right.
Okay.
I'm a vegan. He's not a vegan.
No, that's a hell of a.
That's
a dynamic in the house.
Yeah. So how do y'all deal with that? Because
it's so hard.
It's hard.
It's hard. That part is hard.
She gets pissed with me because I don't like.
First of all, he's already picky. He's very, very picky. He's that type of person. He eats like 3 different things, and that's it. So it's really hard for to get him to even try any of the meals.
You don't want to eat my food.
Yeah, I get offended. I get low-key offended sometimes.
I'm like, man, I just don't want to eat it. Like, ain't nothing wrong with it. I see you love it. It's delicious. Like, can I not want to eat it and you not be pissed because I don't even want to try it?
That's not how it works.
So
I'm like, nah.
How would you say? What would you instruct the couple to do?
So, so what I would suggest is that you look through recipes together, and you find one and you cook it together. You make it a whole thing. That's what I would suggest. And then we actually tried that.
Sheesh.
I saw the real.
Saw the glimpse. Real. I'm looking at the video like.
I'm good. Like, I'll try some stuff.
No, he's actually been doing good. He hasn't been eating any meat other than seafood and things like that. So he has been changing his own.
Yeah, I told her I'm gonna really try
because I watched that a little bit.
You have, but I watched that document. No, it wasn't even What the Health. It was called Feel Rich on Netflix.
Feel Rich, yeah.
With Common.
Okay.
It gives you the black perspective of from being a vegan, and it was really dope. And Jermaine Dupri was on there, and
Folks are nice.
Like Fortnite was good.
Yeah, those are.
But this one is.
But those are the white documentaries about health.
This one, a lot of artists you've never even thought of that were actually vegan, and they just like, oh, I tried it for 20 days, and I decided to stay with.
Yeah, Jermaine Dupri did that. He tried it. He was like, I tried it for 22 days, and it just stuck. And I told my wife the other day, I was like, I'm gonna just try it. I'm gonna really, really try it.
I'm like, okay.
For a month and see, you know,
Jermaine Dupri had to tell you?
What's the name of the video?
It's called Feel Rich.
Yeah. All right, cool. So let's get into some of the sports topics, and we'll branch back into the couples thing. So right now, Serena Williams and a few others get their own building at Nike. Carl, Mike, y'all want to elaborate on that situation?
You can go ahead, JB.
So I just was scrolling Instagram as I do, and I follow Serena. So she had posted on her page about getting the building from Nike. So Nike, every so often when they go to build new buildings, new sites, they always pick an athlete or somebody to name one of the buildings after. And so Serena, 2017 was like her year. Her, I think, what is it, her 23rd Grand Slam championship. She got married, had a baby. You know, she's been killing it. So for her to get the building, it just like adds to her great year so far. So, you know, I figured we need to give her a little shout out because she's been doing her thing.
All right, shout out to Serena then. Real quick. You talk to her on the normal?
Yeah. We
DMs.
Message back.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm getting somebody DM.
Right. Obviously,
so
I'm messing enough messages.
So previously, I was saying prematurely that Kyrie was the early MVP of the NBA, right?
You did.
Mm-hmm.
Which at that time, I felt like that was a strong case.
Okay.
Right now, things have changed.
They say no more.
My.
Things have changed. I'm leaning more towards, I hate to say this, but LeBron.
Who you leaning towards, son?
LeBron dog and stuff out there, man.
There you go, son. Give that man his respect.
I heard it.
I don't ever not give him his respect. It's just, come on, man. Who y'all think right now? Y'all do y'all follow sports heavily, or y'all do y'all own thing?
Y'all
Y'all
be so busy, like.
No, I don't.
Nah.
Sports is not our thing. We don't watch TV or anything.
Nah.
Quite often.
Like, nothing. Like
I saw the Serena
Netflix.
thing.
That's it.
On Instagram.
It's strictly Netflix. Oh, we grinding, man.
And whatever is
yeah.
headlining on Instagram.
So y'all watch Stranger Things?
Oh yeah, we did.
Okay, y'all gotta respect.
It's okay, then y'all good.
Yeah,
but y'all watch Walking Dead though?
No.
Nah.
No, it's not on Netflix.
Yeah,
it's on Netflix though. You can catch up.
Y'all doing right. I gotta watch that Walking Dead.
Y'all can catch up.
So what you think, Charlie? Who your MVP right now?
The one would be Serena Williams. It wouldn't be her.
What?
It wouldn't be her.
Before the floor.
NBA. You threw a building out for her, but you know, you threw a building out for her because if the situation was reversed, when black men marry a white woman, they get dogs.
Here we go. So,
But
speaking, Charlie.
Y'all throw out that for her, but
Speak out, Charlie.
Hold on, let's give my man some time. What are you saying, Charlie?
Because when a black male marry a white woman, they get dogged out. But she married a white man,
And she ain't catch no flack for it.
People dog her out.
No, but
not on the scale they would dog a man though.
Thank you. So,
but what does that have to do?
Hold on, let's give my man some time. This on his heart. This on his heart.
I mean, don't get me wrong. She's beautiful. She's great. Props off. But vice versa. If it was a black male who married a white woman, she'd been dogged out.
So
she got dogged out though.
I think she got
dogged out. When they announced it, she got dogged out.
Yeah,
but that don't take away from her accolades. Yeah, like.
Alright, I passed.
So you watch the NBA, Charlie?
Yeah.
Charlie was in her DM.
She had some Charlie P.
I'll pass.
Wow.
Say no more. That Mike, who you got?
Thank you, sir. I'll go LeBron as well. I mean, the number, like last night he did 30, 13, and 13 again. And that seems to be every night. Majority of the people on that team right now can't create their own shot. So he's creating it for them until they get IT back. He kind of has to carry the load for the most part.
So piggybacking off of that just a little bit. it looks like it's gonna be Cavs and Warriors again, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Starting to.
does IT get them enough right now with the way they're playing? D-Wade coming off the bench. Do you think they have enough right now to get the Warriors?
Nope.
Yep.
I don't. Because IT gonna give you the push offensively, but then he gonna become a liability on defense. So you have to make a choice of what you want to do in a 7-game series against a team like that. Do you want to defend? Which at some point you're really gonna want to, because they score all day. So then you take a 25-point score off the floor. Then what? You struggle on offense again. Every bucket is gonna get tougher and tougher, and Warriors usually get easy buckets.
Who you got, JB?
Man, I mean, I'm a Cavs fan, so you know, I fool with LeBron, but it's gonna be hard for them to do 7 games. It's gonna be hard for them to do 7 games against the Warriors with the bench that the Warriors got. Not alone just their starters, but their bench. That's what's gonna hurt the Cavs, let alone Steph and KD.
Gotcha. Now here's something I wanna piggyback off as well. So I'm watching what's this, TNT. Isaiah Thomas is now leaning toward the Pistons. Isaiah Thomas was leaning towards saying that Michael Jordan is the greatest scorer of all time, but the greatest player overall is now LeBron James.
That's saltiness talk.
Which my point is this: are you born with that killer instinct that made Michael and Kobe great? Does LeBron now have it? And if he does have it, why wasn't he born with it and versus developing it?
So my comment to that is Mike developed it, because he didn't have it in high school. You know, he developed it.
Did he?
Yeah.
I don't know if he did.
I think
He was a savage. I mean, I ain't go to school with him like you did, but because you said he ain't heard that. How old are you, son?
So this is the thing. So for you to say he had it, he got cut his first time out. So him getting cut, he had to go back and train and say, all right, what can I do to do better, to get on the team?
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. He wasn't born with it. He developed it.
his level of play increased.
He got cut in 9th grade trying to make varsity, not JV.
Right.
So he was gonna get cut regardless. Like, how many people you know really make varsity? Really make varsity? Their 9th grade year. Like, really.
I'm saying he developed it. I don't think you just wake up and say, I'm a killer.
Well, he must have thought he was a killer
right.
if he ran out for varsity in the 9th grade.
If you hear some of his documentaries, no matter what, if he's playing tic-tac-toe, golf, gambling, what he wants to cut your throat and everything.
Yeah, but we don't know when that began.
Yeah, that's not an innate born characteristic. That's
what I'm
developed.
saying.
That's been developed over time.
When I came out the womb, I was a savage.
What if it's dormant? What if everyone actually have it, but it's just dormant until it's triggered?
That might be.
You got thousands of people who done died with killer everything, but just didn't use it.
Yeah, I think that might be a characteristic that everyone has. It's just you may not need to actually explore it.
I think it's a point in your career and your game where everything slows down for you, and you start believing. You get supreme confidence in your game. And LeBron has been so busy passing, even though he has all the ability to just take over whenever you feel like it. Now he tired of people talking about him. Tired of people coming at his neck, because like this year he looked a little mortal early on. Greek Freak kind of was bodying him in the post, getting rebounds, dunked on him once, and so now he's like, hold up, man, was coming out here like I ain't LeBron, you know what I'm saying? So now he started to get that killer instinct, like, nah, I'm about to take it to everybody. You know, the things that we hoped he did 10 years ago.
All right, you got it, Charlie.
Okay, Mike, to your point is that when Jordan came out, when he retired, they said the next Jordan, the next Jordan, the next Jordan. They just came out and said the next LeBron, Ben Simmons. So the NBA is actually promoting a person to lead the league like they did for Jordan. Because you can name so many people they said it's going to be the next Jordan.
Right.
So me personally, I think it's the media that build you up to be this so-called superstar. You're supposed to be the best. That's my point.
So Yeah, superstar. Yeah, I agree with that. But my point is this: so it's been plenty of games where LeBron has the ball in his hand. It's 5 seconds left. They down 2, and he doesn't have that killer instinct to take the shot. Is what I'm saying. Like, how do you? Jordan would not pass that ball unless he have to. Kobe not gonna pass it regardless. He had 5 people on him. The media can't take the shot for you to make you.
Should we let Jordan go? Just like. Should we let him go? That's 20 years ago. Should we let him go?
Let him go. He played the game.
I mean, just let it go. Like, just let him go. We're not retirement.
Well, the media you just talked about keeps bringing them and making them relevant. Everybody talks and compares the greatest. He's the greatest. Man. So he can't be let go.
Until they stop selling his shoes. Can't let him go.
Right.
I want them
Jones. LeBron, at those moments, until the other night, those moments he thought that he was making the best team decision to win the game.
Okay.
So until I think last week, it was, or earlier this week, he Tyronn Lue called the play. He was like, "Nah, I'm taking the last shot," and just bogarted the ball. Like, "Look, I got this," and they won the game.
And 13 years later.
Right. Hey, somebody got.
That's what I'm saying. Is it learned? Like, I took enough L's, closing games. Maybe I need to take this shot.
That's why I think you can.
It's activated.
It's activated.
All right, cool. Let's move on. So, this might be something y'all definitely can help us out. More sexual allegations have been made. My man Warren Moon, the black quarterback god, is the latest person in the public news or the public eye that's facing these sexual allegations. So I don't even know how to ask. Wow, now are we starting to see all these people, whether it's sports, entertainment, historic figures, government people? Why is it coming out now? And I don't know if y'all know the answer.
I feel like the universe has shifted a little bit. I think that if someone starts to come out, then it'll prompt other people to start to come out. You have a little bit more, I guess you're a little bit more brave. You have more courage. If someone else, you're not the only one that's speaking out. It's okay for someone else now to say something. I think that might be happening right now.
And people are becoming empowered, man. Like, they just feel like I don't really have to deal with this BS to get to a certain level in my life anymore. Like,
yeah,
it's the old, the good old boy way of doing things in politics or entertainment, what may have you. Like, people just tired of it. Like, and then with the advent of technology, as things just become so public, like, everything's just gonna start to fall through.
Is it more like social media has allowed these outlets for people, and now bigger names are starting to come out? But even with the Bill Cosby thing, we talking about 20 years ago, like.
Yeah, I think the comparison is just so off. What they did to Cosby in comparison to this Weinstein dude, like the injustice is not the same. Like, they literally tried to hang Cosby. This Weinstein Bama issued an apology, and it's like, I need to seek help because something's what?
Yeah,
come on, man, that's some BS.
I'm hip. That's my next question. Are blacks targeted more on the sexual allegation and thrown as bad images
most
in the
definitely
media versus the whites?
All day.
I think they tried to tarnish his character in particular because of what he was trying to do with the network that he was trying to purchase. I think that's more so an isolated event. Everything else, I'm not sure, because this is my first time hearing about the black coach. This is my first time hearing about him, so I'm curious to see exactly how they, persecute him as opposed to everyone else.
You got the black senator too. Old cat.
Because so far I haven't seen any kind of real justice.
And what's the guy off of Saturday Night Live? Keenan O'Kel? Which one was it?
Keenan. Oh, Keenan?
Oh, he got hit with some charges?
Yeah,
we need to stop watching TV.
Wow.
I'm telling y'all some good stuff.
I have a question.
But see, how far are they taking it though? Like,
that's the thing.
Are they taking sexual harassment out of context as opposed to really assault on a woman? Because you could be making sexual advances to someone who you feel like is attractive, and it might be reciprocated. And let's say if it is reciprocated to a certain degree, as men, we like, all right, I'm gonna make my next move, and then she not cool with the next move. All of a sudden, they calling me in the office because she didn't went and said I sexually assaulted her.
I have a question for you. Okay, if you sitting there instructing a young lady, a woman, to do certain moves. You like, you behind her like touching her shoulders.
I don't even play like that.
Right, but they may say that you just helping her out. They might turn around and say,
yeah, but see, I don't put myself in those situations. I ain't training no females unless my wife around, because I'm not even going down that road.
I'm in the Army,
that's a
and
great
that
question,
actually could be. I'm in the Army, and what he just explained could actually mean that. But the great thing about being in the Army is that they investigate those type of things, and they have like some type of, their own like system to deal with that type of stuff. But just touching someone and them saying that's inappropriate, and then you like not touching them anymore, that is a form of harassment.
Cover your assets. You can just ask, like, are you okay with me putting my hand on your shoulder?
But first of all, I want to thank you for serving. First and foremost, thank you.
There's no problem.
We should give her a clap from one. Shout out to Charlie with the recognition.
Thank you.
So that is a big thing. So we have a lot of trainers now, right? A lot of people call
got 1 million trainers.
And everybody
actually
right now,
2 million.
women-wise, want the glutes. They want the Serenas.
Yep.
They want that building, right? So, as I guess we can call y'all trainers a little bit. Y'all, couples therapy. How do y'all handle, or maybe all the women that come in? Do you let your wife train them? So, if they going for glute training, you're like, look, nah, you here for glutes. Go ahead.
Yeah, she pretty much handles that, but we kind of like got away from
training. So we used to be full-time trainers, but then we got away from the individual like trainer, like how you said.
Because of what it is that we do,
groups.
Growing and expanding and whatnot. We can't train
couples.
as much as we wanted to. So.
Gotcha. All right, so let's move on. So, Winter Olympics about to come up. What's up, Charles?
I'm good.
So, steroids, and let's talk about Russia. Russia has been banned from the 2018 Winter Olympics.
Oh, we heard about that.
Great Mother Russia.
Because of doping.
That's
right?
unfortunate.
So, but if we think about doping, whether it's skin cream, steroids, or whatever it is, a lot of our greats, whether they're United States or other countries, are starting to use performance-enhanced drugs. Should we now allow it?
No.
Because if everybody's doing it,
I think everybody body reacts differently too.
But see,
and then what if you get the good stuff and I can't afford the good stuff?
I personally feel like it should be allowed if they're gonna use it. Like try to regulate it to some degree. That's just like with marijuana. Like when it became legal, when they found out how to cap it or control it, then it became acceptable by the masses to smoke weed. Not saying that that's what everybody do, but if they find, I don't know, some medical way of producing it or injecting it in some type of way where it's not as harmful to you. Because it's like if you're going to use it, you might as well use it the right way. You can't stop people from doing what they're doing.
But like he said, there's too many variables. Like, what if someone's body reacts differently and then you don't have that advantage?
You're taking a risk, though.
Once you open Pandora's box, next thing you know, Russia got Captain America out there running track and stuff. You're like, this man come from.
But that is the case, though. That is the case in a lot of situations.
Yeah,
so another question is this then. If everybody's doping and certain athletes in different countries are getting caught, is it fair to say Russia can't be in the Olympics? They're not going to put their flag up. They're not going to play their anthem. Yeah, well, they just shut out period from the Olympics. Is that fair?
To me, yes, because their situation is a little different. It's not like it's a few athletes. It's a systematic.
Yeah, they got programs
from the top down.
They're trying to give an example.
I actually saw a documentary about that.
Yeah, so it's not like you and I play and then we like, man.
They're trying to use them as an example.
It's the
you got
everybody
40-year programming of them actually doing that since like the
early 70s.
Producing that stuff and just methodical with it. So I think that's probably the right decision to put them out the Olympics.
And like,
you committed the most heinous of crimes.
Talented,
right?
To begin with.
I hope we don't get investigated by Moolah.
Oh, he killing it. He chopping heads off.
Easy.
No homo.
Here goes some questions right here. Oh, let's scroll back. The Warriors are on the same team. I can see the Cavs beating them.
You said Draymond is trans this year. Hey, go ahead.
Who that? CT Born Gang.
I don't know who that is. But
scroll up some more. See the other? Oh, those the only ones?
Yeah.
Oh, you been regulating the chat, son? Who been?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. What's up, Paulette? My man Steve Tansley, though. Shout out to Steve Tansley. So look, so how is it running a company with your spouse? How does that work?
It is. It's a challenge.
No, but it's like a blessing, and it's
a challenge.
A challenge more so, yeah.
We have ran into one of our like mentor couples. They've been in business for like 30 years. They built a multi-million-dollar company. And one of the things that they told us is, Derek and Al Hagler, D&D Designs, love them to death. You know, they remodel your house, they do whatever you need. But they've imparted so much in us in such a short amount of time. One of the things that they told us was to like define what your roles are in the business and do not stray outside of that. If he's gonna be the creative one, don't chime in on creative stuff. Let it be the way it is. Whatever avenue she's in. Once you master that, things will be great. But initially starting off, we was going at it like, I think that's a dumb idea. Oh, so my idea dumb now? What you mean, Dada? I'm like, I don't mean it's dumb. I'm just like, it's dumb for what we try to do. Like,
no, it's a lot of communication
issues.
We have to work on.
Yeah.
But I think we're doing a whole lot better than we did in the beginning.
But see, what we go through allows us to be able to connect with other couples. Because oftentimes in relationships, people feel like they're the only ones going through something until they find out they're not. So being amongst other couples is a certain synergy that's created. Be like, hey, you went through that too? How did y'all work that out? It might not work for you, but this is how we did it. And you got a room full of other people who've been in certain similar situations. It's like, okay, how can we work to make each other better in this particular arena?
I think right now our biggest challenge is not mixing emotion with business. Because like we can have an argument or we can be discussing something and we are emotional about it.
Oh my God! Perfect example is today. So we in the house and we got into it. We're extremely and we're transparent about everything, like our arguments, all of that. I think that's one of the good things about what we do. We're transparent. We got in an argument this morning, right? Should I tell about the argument?
I mean, we don't need details.
No, so I'm a detail giver. I like to tell stories. So my son Aiden, right? Yesterday,
Aiden. What's up, Aiden?
That's my man. So yesterday,
he like, what was that?
Yesterday he was cleaning his room. Close your things on. Just play your game. So yesterday he was cleaning his room and he got upset, like so upset that he was like, crying about it. So I'm like, what's the problem? So during Thanksgiving, a whole bunch of the family came over and they kind of messed up his room. So he was like, I shouldn't be responsible for this. You're mean, you're making me clean it up. And his mom's like, you're going to be doing stuff that you don't want to do all the time. And it's, y'all got kids. Who got kids?
I ain't got no kids.
Well, you know how
Shout out to Jew and Jada. What's up, Jew?
So this morning, so look, this morning happens, right? I wake up and I needed my computer out the car and it dawned on me. I was like, all right, I can maybe do this, like flip this. And it wasn't my intent to teach him this amazing lesson. It was that when I asked him, I was like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do when he come back. So my intent was to tell him to go get my computer out the car, something that he did not want to do. He come back in the house, I sit and have a hey, look, so did you cry? No, I ain't cry. Why you ain't, like, you cried yesterday. Like, you can't conduct this, like just teaching him a lesson from that whole ordeal. She gated it off the rip. Like gated. No, don't sit him outside. He's just waking up, blah, 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 blah. But let me get to the point of the story. Yeah. So, I done forgot my point.
I told you details Basically, we were so focused on this situation that we argued about it, blah, blah, blah. But we were supposed to have a meeting about something that was important about the business. And we weren't able to have that meeting because...
Yeah. But you said brought up like business, not be emotional about as far as making business decisions. Because you told me this morning, you was like, I'm not even coming to the 6 o'clock thing.
Oh. Well, I'm glad you came.
I was glad you came. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad. Shout out to showing that.
I'm just let you roll your eyes at me.
Shout out to showing that. That's why Shay. That's why Shay want to be transparent because it's about her.
No, I didn't say my piece.
So I do have another question. What have you noticed to be the biggest issues in relationships with millennials? Like, what are some of the biggest problems in relationships?
Communication off the rip. That's one of the, if not the number one.
Yep. Okay. Yes.
thing
for
with
sure.
millennials.
Because and it's gotten worse because social media, like we don't talk to each other to hear, to listen, to understand. Sometimes, you know, we're not that as personal as we once were because of social media. I don't want to blame it all on social media, but it becomes an issue when you can't, you know, communicate with your partner on a personal level, and then you have a bunch of options, and then you have other things taking your attention away. So I can get satisfaction from looking at my phone and seeing my DMs, or I can sit here and have a real conversation with, you know, my partner.
Okay. Hold on, just that.
Direct message.
What you want me to ask? So, just then, what's your name? Lauren wants to know. Do you guys follow each other on social media? Should relationships or should each other follow each other on social media?
Yeah, we follow each other. I'm like, I don't got nothing to hide.
Yeah, I think transparency is very, because you want to make your partner feel comfortable. And in a social media world, again, I don't want to blame it all on social media, but in a social media driven world, it's far too easy for your attention or something else to catch your attention. So you want to make the other person feel comfortable as much as possible. Yeah. I think if you have nothing to hide, then what?
Don't switch it up though. Don't let me already be following you and then all of a sudden your page go private. I'm like, hold up, bro. Give me that phone, Slim.
Yeah.
We got you.
Do y'all lock y'all phones or?
Oh no, we don't do that. I used to do this thing and I had no idea I did it. So my phone, I usually have my phone and I put it face down. Like, I'll put it down, but it was so unintentional.
Yes.
And one night she told me, she was like, I have a real problem with that.
That's communication.
I'm like, what? Don't be like,
that's
come
communication.
On, stop playing. So look, I was like, I didn't know that bothers you, but to her, to me, it was just like, all right,
I didn't know it bothered me.
To her, it was like, who you texting? Why you putting the phone down so I can't see it? Why you ain't put it up? And I was like, oh, this the type of shit.
Now, let me ask you a question. Does that go back to how y'all met? Because, you know, because he came in your DMs?
Ooh. I never even thought
that's
about
an insecurity.
Why would you do that? I never thought about that. And that's because
I got your back, Lewis.
That's because I can't get into Instagram. We're
it up. But nah, yeah, it's cool.
All right. What's going on with Derek Jeter, Glenn?
So he traded a player to the Yankees, and people are saying that the trade made no sense, and that he's acting as an agent for the Yankees still, even though he's got his own team to work for.
Down at the Marlins. Oh, so the power hitter.
Yeah.
That they traded over to the Yankees. Yeah,
they want to get up from under that contract.
Well, first and foremost, he found somebody who's had cancer in the hospital. So
niggas get fired every day, B.
Right.
You're out of here.
13 years, and Jeter came in. He in the hospital dealing with cancer and got fired while he's dealing with cancer in the hospital.
Now, was he? Let me ask you this: was Jeter
cold,
already there before he went to the hospital? Like, was he?
No, he was in the hospital dealing with cancer. He been there for like 10 years, recruiting for.
Right, but my thing is, Jeter ain't just get there. So he was already doing bad at his job before he ended up in the hospital.
No, he was doing great in his job.
Really? Because they've sucked for a long time.
They record is pretty bad.
Yeah, they've been doing bad since they ain't been good since '97, my brother.
But you can't fire somebody on a cancer bed in the hospital.
So Derek Jeter was born with that savage.
Oh, so you know what that means? Hey, when you about to get fired, go to the hospital for something. Keep your job. Per charge.
Alright, cool. Y'all got any plugs? Any people y'all want to shout out? People that's been coming to support y'all? Anything like that?
CJ Blair Way Productions, Ebony, Our Kids, Tressa Oswald, Megamind Media, my mom, her mom.
Shout out
my 8 brothers and sisters.
The Washington Nationals Youth Baseball Academy. They are the host location for.
That's how many you got?
Oh,
8 brothers and sisters.
Oh yeah, she come from a clan. Hey, I'm gonna tell them this. I always tell people I don't know what she's playing.
Just tell.
So have you ever seen ABC's Extreme Home Makeover?
Yeah.
Her mom was a recipient of one of those homes in Capitol Heights.
Oh, that's what's up.
Oh, over there.
Family 05.
I remember that.
Yeah.
It's by my church.
Huge, crazy house.
Yeah,
that's why we so tired, man. We just
we used to go drive by.
Moved her out the house.
That's like, okay, go right there.
Y'all get free membership for a week. Like if a couple want to come in and start the program, y'all give them a trial period for free.
Yeah, and we also have meal plans. It just depends on what the couple
do it all.
Yeah, it depends on what it is that you want. We do meal prep. We do grocery store shopping, and by that we take you to the grocery store and show you how to read labels, weight consultations, anything related to health and wellness, your relationship. That's what we all about.
Right.
So what's the next big event coming up for y'all?
So we are in the planning of our
we got a lot.
For Real Couples Workout for our
we was in a meeting with our attorney for like 6 hours the other day, just getting 2018 stuff together from our book. So we got a book that we're dropping. It's actually a workbook. It's called the 10-Day Love Challenge. And then this book is 10 challenges that you have to embark upon. And the whole idea is to get you and your partner to form a closer bond. So the first day you got to write everything you hate about your partner. Somewhere along that time.
Don't give it up.
No. But it's just to let them know, like, there's certain things that in the book.
It's interesting. You have
it's really dope. But
it's cool things you may have not thought about doing with your partner. And
can we get one?
Yeah, we bring.
Yeah, as soon as it's off the press, we can slide y'all one.
Yeah, the Huddle show.
But we got that, and Valentine's Day, that's like huge for couples. So I know last year we did a bunch of segments on like Fox and NBC and stuff like that. So we'll be ramping that up. We'll have the book, Black conventions. We're hitting a lot of those up next year. She's got her millennial vegan book coming out, so transition to become a vegan for millennials.
I probably need to.
What else we got?
I love bacon too much.
We have our YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, so we're launching our YouTube channel. So the channel is Married Gang. All things marriage, love, our kids.
Family. Our kids are. You think we're interesting? The kids are so.
Yeah, they're a trip. So it's gonna be with the kids. So we got that. That comes with like our merchandise and hats, book bags, all that stuff. Married Gang. What else, boo?
That's it.
You sure?
I mean, it's always more, but I mean.
I think we're gonna try to knock a kid out this year.
You shoot the club up?
Oh, technically. I was about to say Columbine, but no, I don't want to be insensitive to anybody. Shoot up the club.
Shoot up the club.
I'm staying out of the club.
So yeah, we got a big year, 2018, man. I told you, we taking and claiming everything God got for us, and that's absolutely what we're doing.
Respect. So speaking of shooting the club up, so when you do get pregnant, are you going to do like segments for that? Because I know women that they get pregnant, they still want to work out.
Oh
they don't know if they should work out, so.
Yeah,
no,
like
documenting that.
Man, that's content.
Yeah, actually,
like
I think that would be. I don't know if I want to do it like a YouTube spin-off with just like females involved, or
it'll be a part of the channel.
Yeah, man. Somehow we're going to do that, but definitely want to cater to the women, especially pregnant women, moms, the snatchback after the pregncy.
It got to be something on there
because you already have 2 kids, and like I'm pretty much an expert in the snapback. So
okay, shout out to the snapback.
Yeah.
So Mike, you got any last words, Mike?
We went to the Douglas game against Northwestern Friday. You could tell it was the beginning of the season, but Douglas has a lot of talent. Berg is working with, so look forward to seeing what they do throughout the year.
All right, Charlie P.
Super Bowl party. Be working on that.
So
be posted. Be alert.
Yeah, we got y'all. Stay tuned for the Super Bowl Huddle Show invite. Glenn, you got any words? Say no more. JB?
And we out.
Oh, we had fun, man. This
is cool. Thank y'all. Tune in. Next week we got Calvin Cage live and Eddie Bassam.
Calvin Cage.
Yeah.
Sound familiar.
He used to hoop back in the day.